Poem number 64. It follows the rules of convention that a light blinking alone in the dark can only be answered by another light, or darkness. A faint beating heart can be heard in both silence or proximity. The soft beat wavers as the candle wavers from the effort of trying to warm the universe from their small source of heat. They call each other. In the language of unlike senses, they are both met with darkness and gasp to keep their small corner of the universe alight. Hi everybody, I'm Kaye Spivey, and today is day number 70 of the 100 Poems in 100 Days challenge. We're almost 3/4 of the way through this entire challenge, so if you've been keeping up so far, congratulations! We're so close to the end! Hopefully, if you were having some writer's block in the last week like I was, you're getting the words flowing now and starting to catch back up. And even if you're not caught up, if you're still writing a poem when you can, that is still fantastic. Hopefully you're sharing the poems. Let me know where I can find the poetry you've been writing if you've been joining in on the 100 Poems in 100 Days challenge, because I'd love to read everyone else's work as well. Even if some of your poems are coming out pretty rough draft style like some of mine have been, it's still okay. We're still compiling a collection that then we can go back and revise and perfect and really make sure that the words are coming through the way we want them to after we're all done with the challenge. Right now it's just about getting all of the poems out there into the universe, and hopefully, like me, you've reached 70! So I know I had excuses for last week, and this week I am caught up, so this isn't even an excuse, but for the first, from Sunday through Wednesday and kind of Thursday, I had a terrible migraine. I was medicating for it, and I still went to work even though I probably shouldn't have been driving, but I had a really bad migraine, and so I wrote some poems about migraine. That's something I've just always had. It's something that runs in my family. If you have migraines, you know they can be very debilitating. For me, taking medication helped with light sensitivity and sound sensitivity, but not so much with the pain itself and not with the nausea that comes with it. So I'd been dealing with that for the week. Something else that I deal with on a regular basis is I was diagnosed with tendinitis in both of my wrists when I was in high school, and they said that it could get better if I stop playing flute, which I was happy to stop playing flute, to be honest. It wasn't my favorite. If I stopped playing video games, which I tried for a month and then decided that wasn't for me, and if I stopped typing so much. At the time I was typing well over 100 words a minute, and constantly I was writing stories, I was writing instant messaging to friends, I was doing all kinds of things, and I tried doing exercises, I tried physical therapy, I've tried medications for it. Right now I'm actually trying a variety of like Chinese medicine ointments, and some of them really work, some of them really stop the pain, but to be honest, tendinitis is the kind of thing that doesn't necessarily go away. It's a degeneration of the tendons, but they're actually rubbing themselves raw from overuse, and they can heal over time if you stop the activities that are causing it. And you can also strengthen your tendons, which is why you're supposed to do exercises. You're supposed to, stretch your hands back and forth gently. There are several different stretches that you can try and prevent that. Sitting up very straight helps to prevent that, because closing off this part blocks the major blood vessels that go down through your wrist. So if you sit up very straight, especially when you're typing or playing video games, you're less likely to get tendinitis, but once you have it, you're pretty much stuck with it. I've just consistently been bad about keeping up with the stretches and keeping up with the exercises. Sometimes tendinitis can get unbearable for me. It has started running up my arms all the way, It can get to the point where if I want to finish something, I'm in considerable pain finishing it, and sometimes I tense up and that causes some migraine. That wasn't what happened this time. The migraine was stress related. So that is something that I've been dealing with. I can't write 100 words a minute anymore. I probably could in a short burst, but my arm starts to lock up if I'm using my fingers too much. So my writing has slowed down considerably from where it was when I was in high school. I just can't type without pain. And sometimes I'll play video games for hours still, which is really bad for it because video games can be kind of mindless. I can be focused on what's going on and kind of shut out the pain. Writing, sometimes it becomes very hard to shut out the pain because it uses a lot of brain power. I'm thinking very hard, and then as soon as you get to that point where you're like trying to come up with something, it's not coming to you, the pain takes over. So I've been dealing with that for quite a while. I'm trying to be better. I really am. I'm trying to sit up straight. I'm trying to take care of my wrists. I wear wrist braces to bed. I've talked to doctors about it, and hopefully I don't continue to make it worse, but it's not good. Something that can help me, sometimes switching between handwriting and typing can help because it's different muscles, but then I'm cramping up several different muscles at the same time. Back before this week, I had been struggling with the tendonitis really, really badly. And then this last week, I've been struggling with the migraine. And so it kind of feels like it's all pain all the time. And so this poem that I'm going to read for you now has to do with living with pain. And I know that I don't have like the worst problems. Mostly the migraines obviously aren't my fault, but the tendonitis I did bring on myself. I could have been better about it and I wasn't. So there are people who are living with worse pain, but if you're living with constant, I guess, chronic pain, I'm really sorry. I feel for you. And I guess we have to be more careful, we have to be more safe, we have to listen to our bodies when they're telling us we have to stop, but we also need to not stop doing what we love. And that was a choice I made. I love writing and I love playing video games, and if I had to give both of those things up, then I wasn't going to be happy. And I can deal with a little bit of pain and then try and fix it rather than just give those things up. So that I'm telling you this as kind of a background for the next poem I'm going to read, which is poem number 68. If you didn't know me, I'd say purple with yellow splashes defines me. If you couldn't see me, I'd say the taste of matcha tea and a cat purring up close to your face. Warm summers outside on the porch with cool air on your face and the scent of candle wax, chocolate chip cookies fresh from the oven, fluffy and warm, vanilla and sugar and salt. I'd say the smell of old books defines me and fluffy blankets piled high, warm socks with cute designs. I'd say pain defines me, courses down my arms, gives every activity a distinct termination. When pain sits in my head, it takes the light away. I want to go back, crawl into the sunflowers and tulips, days of hot tea or mulled wine, back to goodness and health and holding a pen, back to never feeling old when you're only 26. Congratulations on getting to 70 poems if you have, and if not, there's still plenty of time to catch up. We're not quite to the 3/4 mark of the 100 poems in 100 days challenge, and hopefully you'll either be able to catch up or you'll just be writing some things that you really, really love. So either way, congratulations, good job, we're going strong. Leave me a comment below, tell me what you thought of my poems for this week. Tell me if you're dealing with any similar obstructions to writing yourself. Give this video a like and subscribe, and I will see you back here next Saturday. Bye!